The Nissan Qashqai comes to BeamNG with Fastlane's latest mod. There are some great configs and groundbreaking levels of interactivity. This might be the best real-world car mod of 2025. This mod is free to download on Coffee. It's the latest creation from Fastlane and Kaito, very well-known BeamNG real-world car modders, and it brings the second generation Nissan Qashqai to the game. This is a compact crossover, a very, very popular crossover. It originally launched in 2006. The second generation came along in 2013. As usual for a Fastlane mod, it's incredibly high detailed inside and out, and the interactivity here, which I'll show you later, is really second to none in terms of real-world car mods. This is the base model, the Vizier, with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, and it has a custom engine noise. So, driving the Qashqai, or the Kumquat, as James May calls it.
The Nissan Kumquat.
Now, the Qashqai is not a well-liked car in terms of car lovers. Car lovers really dislike this car, actually. But in the wider population, this is a very popular car. Millions of these have been sold since they debuted in 2006. It really popularized crossovers in the mid to late 2000s. And its 1.2 litre engine has just 114 horsepower, and the car weighs 1.5 tons. It is only front-wheel drive, though, and to be honest, it does drive not quite like an SUV. It drives a bit better than that, more like a hatchback. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh, good. That went well. Wow, look at that. You can already see there's some nice detail with the deformation, so let's not waste any time and go for a crash test. That engine noise is really quite nice on the exterior. Okay, let's hope there's a car or something around this corner. Now let's go for a tree. Here we go. Slow motion. Whoa! Okay. That was pretty good. Now, real-world car mods are never going to be the best, but I think for a real-world car mod, that is really quite impressive. There is some kind of spikiness going on up here, but not terrible. And I also like how the door has been shifted out of its frame. That's quite nice, and the glass effects as well. This mod has 57 configs. It's a pretty expansive mod. We've got all the different trim levels, lots of different engines, and lots of liveried vehicles like police cars and taxis. But before we check those out, I've skipped to the highest trim level model, the Tekna. This has a big diesel engine, well, 1.7 litres, and four-wheel drive, but it's the interior I want to show you. This mod is very highly interactive, so we can open the windows like so. There goes that one. There goes the other one, and you can do the ones in the back with these buttons. You can also lock the windows and lock the doors. There you go, unlocked and locked. You can also fold in the wing mirrors with this button. Ready? Yes, and then fold them out again. That works so smoothly. We also have electric seats. You can see all the bindings down here. I'm going to do Shift plus and Shift minus to move it forward and backwards, and you can do all the other controls as you'd expect in a real car. And now look at all these lights we can turn on. 1, 2, 3, and then we've got 2 extra ones in the back. There they are, and one on the other side as well. We've also got an opening armrest. Nothing in it, unfortunately. We can open the glove box, and down there is some kind of like documentation, a Romanian vehicle registration documentation. Close that. We can open the sun visors. Left click to open them. We've got a mirror in there, and then middle click to put them back up again. The dashboard has all the usual interactivities. We can do the hazards, we can do the parking brake, the engine start stop button there. You can see some of the other things I'm going to show you in a minute. Then you've got the ESC button down here, the fuel filler door, and the bonnet controls. Let's have a look at the fuel filler door. There it is. Yes, and we can close it like so. We've also got a gauge cluster down here that you can change. So the central digital screen, you can press this button. We've got chassis control. I think that shows like if there's any problems with the car. Then you've got speed, average speed, fuel economy, tire pressures, trip distance, and these all work. And also if you've got like a damaged engine or low fuel, it will pop up there to warn you. This is a first. You can turn on the AC. Listen, you can actually hear the air. It's quite a realistic noise. Can't adjust the speed of it, unfortunately. And on this high spec model, we can change between the sat nav and a radio. So I can play the radio. Oh, play the radio like that. No, that's volume. Here we go. Whoa, that is loud. Yeah, that's some of Gabester's music, one of the devs of the game. And then if I put the car into reverse, watch what happens. We have a reverse camera, and it has these little lines that show you where the wheels are going. Unfortunately, in Vulcan mode, which I'm using right now, it does run really badly. It kind of kills your game's FPS, but hopefully in the future, there will be a bug fix for that. If you use Direct 3D, the normal renderer, that won't happen. And then finally, in this really well-modeled boot, we have cargo box support. So you can use this mod in career mode. Okay, we're on a nice winding road. I've put the car into sport mode, and let's see how the Tecna drives. So 1.7 litre diesel engine, 148 horsepower, but it does have four-wheel drive, so it weighs nearly 1.7 tons. You can see there's a fair amount of body roll, and the back kind of kicks out a little bit when you're pushing the car to the limit, but in general, I'm very impressed with how this car drives. Fastlane always makes their mods drive really well, but it still feels very realistic for a slightly taller, slightly heavier vehicle. And this is basically the most powerful engine, but you put your foot down and very little happens. This is not a quick car at all. I mean, 0 to 60, even on the fastest model, is still about 10 seconds. This is a right-hand drive market model. That means it's from the UK, and it has the 1.6 litre turbocharged engine and front-wheel drive. So, what's this going to be like off-road? To be honest, do you really need a 4x4 Qashqai? Well, let's find out. Now, the Qashqai is primarily built in Britain, would you believe, in the north of England, in a place called Sunderland, where there's a big Nissan factory. In fact, many millions of Qashqais have been built up there. Doing very well so far, and that ground clearance is definitely helping us. And also, whoa, oh, what's that guy doing? Wow, are you going to get up there? Look at that Lansdale go. What the heck? Let's check out the turning circle on here. Oh, it's good. Really good for an SUV. Get out of the way, come on. Another Lansdale, come on. Get around him. There you go. Go, 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 go. First gear, come on. 161 horsepower from this turbocharged petrol engine. 1.6 litres isn't a lot, and we don't have much torque compared to the diesel models, but yeah, revving it absolutely like crazy, but it's making it up here so easily. Here we go, at the top of the hill, and down we go. Let's see the big crash model here. Oh, look at the exhaust, completely separated from the body. We've been squashed in half. Yeah, look at that. One of the shock absorbers has been forced out from under the car. There's some great detail here. Here are some of the other trim levels, the Accenter and the N connector. You can also see the difference between the original version and the facelift version. They did change it quite a bit there. This one's interesting because it has a naturally aspirated 2-litre engine, again with a custom engine sound. So, what's the Qashqai like on the highway? I'm going to drive as fast as possible to test its stability. Well, we've got 140 horsepower. It's really not that great at the top end. I don't really know why you would buy a 2-litre petrol engine for this kind of car. I mean, the fuel economy must be terrible. That's 4th gear. Up into 5th, we've got 6 gears. Wow, more like an overdrive though. We're kind of stuck at like 105, 110 miles per hour. It's going to, whoa, 5th gear. Oh, it's very stable at high speed though. 5th gear, there we go. Wow, it's got quick steering, very little understeer, very little oversteer at this speed. It is so grippy. That is surprising. Whoa, oh dear. That's gone badly. Right, 4th gear. Watch out, everybody. Oh, here we go. Into an I-Series. Oh, I think we'd be all right. But that car will be a write-off. Yeah, just replace the bumper. You'll probably be okay. This config is the dealership config, and a Polish car dealership is trying to sell it. But they may have a problem because it's got a diesel engine and a CVT gearbox. Oh, no. Now, I don't think these CVT gearboxes were very well reviewed. Not only do they make that horrible noise, but it just doesn't suit the car. Even worse, we've got the problematic. This config has everything wrong with this engine that's possible to have. It basically doesn't start. Listen, come on. There you go. Come on. Yes, off we go. It's also got a CVT gearbox, blown head gasket. We've got rattly pistons and all sorts. Come on. Basically no power, less than 100 horsepower after all these issues. Go. I think it's got the 1.2 litre engine and that CVT. Oh dear. Wow, it's slow, and yes, very unreliable and very smoky. I'm not entirely sure how reliable Qashqais are. If you've had a Qashqai, or you know someone has a Qashqai, let me know what problems you've had with them, or not. Yeah, this car just needs to go straight to the scrap heap. Now, I've counted a total of 31 EMS and taxi cars in this mod. That's 10 police cars, 5 fire department cars, 2 paramedic or rescue cars, and 14 taxis. Here's just a selection of the taxis. We've got the Russian Yandex taxi cab, an Irish taxi cab, and then a Turkish taxi cab. And inside all of these, we have the, here we go, the trip meter for counting the fare. Here's some police cars. We've got the Catalonian police, the Polish police, and then the French police. And inside all of these vehicles, we have these controls on here for the siren and the lights. Oh, there it is down here. Here we go. So you can change the way the lights go around. I think that's the scene lights, which look like that. And then for fire and ambulance cars, we've got the British fire and rescue car, the Polish ambulance, and a Polish fire car. But that's not all, because there is a paid expansion to this mod, which adds 22 configs, bringing the total up to 79. We have some quite interesting new content in here for me to show you. Now, I know I said that I wouldn't be reviewing any more paid IRL car mods on the channel, but you do need the free main mod of the Qashqai for this expansion pack to work. Now, it adds the Rogue Sport, and that is the American market version of the Qashqai. It's a renamed, slightly modified version of the Qashqai. So the paid mod is €3 on Coffee. I'll leave a link in the description. You add it into your mod folder as well as the normal Qashqai mod, but it's basically just a renamed Qashqai. There are other features to the expansion pack though. You also get 3 new trim levels for the European model. So you've got the Techna Plus, you've got the Midnight Edition with these blacked out wheels, and the N-Motion with these very nice looking wheels. Look at those, they're quite cool. Some other features in the expansion pack are Apple CarPlay, and there's also a version with Android Auto. Then we've got a panoramic sunroof. You can open it like that. Look at that. It goes all the way along the length of the car. Can't open it, but you can just reveal the beautiful sunlight. And you can also have what's called a moonroof. This is a small panoramic sunroof. There are 4 new colors for the seats: beige, cream, plum, and tan. These are the beige seats. There are 3 new types of steering wheels. There are carbon fiber, Alcantara, and perforated leather wheels. This is the Alcantara and carbon fiber wheel. Looks really nice. There are also lots of accessories added by the paid expansion. For example, on the road trip config, a new config exclusive to the paid expansion, we've got a front bull bar. Then you've got some stickers and a kind of pendant flag thing and some crosses to hang from the mirror. The paid expansion also adds the off-road config. We've got a Nissan branded bull bar. We've also got at the back a rear bumper protector and a chunkier bumper there. These big off-road wheels. You've also got this side step to help you get into the car, and if you open the door, we've got illuminated door sills. And yes, at night, they really do glow. The off-road road sport is, of course, pretty good off-road. We've got 4-wheel drive. Shame about the engine not being a diesel, even though diesels are not very popular in America, but it's really rough, really tough. You can also half or fully tint the windows, like on this blacked out config. Got black wheels and the badges have been deleted. There's a new American Police Interceptor with a very special engine, a 1.6 litre race tuned unit, and it was tuned by Nismo. Yes, we've got a Nismo variant of the Qashqai. So Nismo are Nissan's tuning house, and under here the 1.6 litre engine has a turbocharger and lots of different race parts to give it 380 horsepower. We also have a manual gearbox and 4-wheel drive. Now, in real life, there was no such thing as the Nissan Qashqai NISMO, but there was a Nissan Juke NISMO, and you can see we've got 20-inch wheels on this thing. They are insane. And are they Brembo race brakes? Let's have a look. Whoa. Rotor pad. Oh, they're not branded. They're just a BeamMG fictional brand. But yeah, a fictional Nismo Qashqai in the expansion. So let's take it around the track. Now, this thing has a 0 to 60 time of about 4 or 5 seconds. It's incredible. But does it handle well enough for the track? This is still a crossover. Whoa! SUV. Okay. Understeer like crazy. Let's try and do better than that. We've got a lot of turbo lag from that engine. My goodness. Wow, turning it in. Whoa! I'm turning the wheel quite a lot and not much is happening. Does weigh 1.6 tons. Oh, going off the track. Yeah, I don't think it would have worked if Nissan put this into production in real life. I mean, it barely works with the Duke. That thing is just so crazy and stupid. Whoa, come on. Oh, we're not taking it very fast, are we? But I'm pushing this car to the limit. Look at that understeer. Whoa, bit of a drift. On 2 wheels there. 3rd gear around the corner. Not turning very well. Yeah, here we go. 100 miles per hour already. Look at the flames coming out the exhaust when you hit the rev limiter. That's crazy. 135. This is the fastest a Qashqai has ever gone, except maybe falling off a cliff. Here we go. And when are we going to brake? How good are the brakes? Amazing brakes for a Qashqai. That's insane. Whoa, it's just a shame the handling doesn't quite match. Wow, turbo lag like crazy. It is time for the corkscrew corner in a Nissan Qashqai. Are we going to get there, though? Yes, we are. Okay. Wow, this car understeers. Brake. Oh, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing from the steering there. That was terrible. And oversteer on the way out. Right, one more time. Here we go. Brake late. Turn in. Come on. Come on. Woohoo! It's not good, but it is still fun to drive. About as good as you'd expect from a Nissan Qashqai. So, that was the Nissan Qashqai and the expansion mod from Fastlane. Now, Fastlane and Kaito will be updating both mods in the future to improve it. Let me know what you think of this mod in the comments down below. Now, you might be wondering, what's the next mod going to be from Fastlane and Kaito? Well, they are developing a Saturn S series. Now, Saturn were a company that were owned and controlled by General Motors. Now, they are adding the first generation 1990 coupe, known as the SC. It's going to have a lot of configs, different wheels, a working sunroof, pop-up headlights. There's no release date set, but it's going to be paid early access and then released for free like all their other mods. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. What do you think? Let me know. And if you'd like to see some more Fastlane mods for BeamNG, click the playlist on screen right now. I've reviewed every single Fastlane mod, so you can see all of the mods in one playlist. That's all from me and the Nissan Qashqai, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.